Hello and welcome back to the Calculator Review, hosted on Caliquin.com. Today I've got something a little bit different. This is the Scholastic Electronic Organizer with dictionary and radio. I found this at Goodwill for $3, as you can see. It's supposed to include 2 skins that you can put on it, and I'll get to that in a minute. So what does this supposedly have? It comes with a dictionary, FM radio, alarm and clock, a phone book, schedule reminder, memo, calculator, world time, timer, password protection, games, and again, 2 skins. They really emphasize the fact that it comes with 2 skins. Now, because I bought this used, it only actually has 1 skin and it's already been applied. So we'll take a look at that. So getting the device out, it's kind of stuck in here. So the device I got has this heart theme going on. As you can see, it's got lots of hearts. It also comes with a manual, and if you're into gaming at all, or if you follow any of that, you might recognize this as looking a lot like the Nintendo DS. Except the DS, of course, has 2 screens. This only has 1. But they were definitely going for a very similar look. In fact, it even comes with a stylus, just like the Nintendo DS. So, first impressions, and I have been playing around with this for a bit. This thing feels incredibly cheap. Very, very cheap plastic. You can see it's kind of popping up in all kinds of corners here. And you might forgive it because this looks like something that would have come out in the 90s maybe, but no, this came out in around 2010 or 2011, so pretty crummy. So anyway, let's get the batteries in this thing. This takes 2 AA batteries, and I've got a little screwdriver here. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to get batteries in and out of this thing. Oop. Probably should have got a better screwdriver than this little toy one. But for the sake of this review, I think this will be fine. Now, I can't really get into the FM radio portion of this, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm already struggling with this thing. Getting the stylus out is kind of painful because it's very flush. There's no... Okay, well, that came out easily that time. There is a headphone jack to listen to the radio, and then it's got a switch here with volume, but I'm not going to plug in headphones because, honestly, just why? Let's bring the camera down. Okay, that might be a little too close. So it's really hard to angle this to where it's nice and visible for you to see. Okay, so I'm not going to reset it because... Okay. So it doesn't keep track of the date if it gets shut off or the batteries get removed, so it doesn't save that. So every time I put the batteries in, it resets it back to January 1st, 2010. So we'll take a quick look at the features on this device. First, I want to turn the sound on. So there's a clock. Oh, sorry, it's not in focus. I thought this camera was getting better, but nope. Anyway, so it features a clock and alarm, PDA, games, library, dictionary, and help. And there is supposed to be a calculator function somewhere within this, and to be honest, I haven't been able to find it. I've been searching for a while, trying to figure it out. I'm guessing it's under PDA, but every time I select that, it just takes me back to this. So... oh, okay, well, now it's actually working. looks like the calculator function. Okay, awesome. Let's see if I can bend the screen back just a little bit more. Really like this to be in focus. Okay, so let's take a look at the calculator function. So pressing the buttons is quite a chore. This stylus is very not helpful, and the buttons don't do a very good job of being pressed, which, considering that's basically their only purpose, kind of pathetic. You do have mathematical functions down here, so we can multiply this by 888, or whatever. And okay, so there's our calculation. Yeah, as a calculator, this is awful. It's not comfortable to use at all. Going back to the PDA, you would think that this would let you select things, but no, you actually have to use this part. And it's incredibly annoying because it's not responsive at all. And here's the little memo function, so typing into this is a chore. I'm trying to type the letter O, and it doesn't seem to be working. I'm pressing very hard on it. Okay, well, J I guess is gonna have to work. So yeah, that's really bad. And then there's some games built in. I tried to do this, but yeah, I mean, it's just as painful as anything else. So 43 plus 41, that would be 84. So 4. 64 divided by 4, that's 17? No. Doesn't sound right. You know what? I'm just going to go with 17 because that does kind of sound right, actually. No, 16. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, it looks like the 9 isn't working, so I can't answer that one correctly, so we'll just go with 0. Anyway, I don't really want to keep doing this because it's a pain. There are some other games on here. There is this one where you just have to memorize the numbers. It's not fun. Hangman, which, given that I can't use the letter O because of the cheap keyboard, not really worth playing. Then there's this bizarre one, Trivia. So, it gives you a word, and in this case it's van, and then you scroll down through these answers to define the word, and yeah. So this is incredibly simplistic. This trivia thing is not a challenge at all. I haven't looked at level 2 yet, so let's see if it actually gets a little more challenging further you go. Oh, there's only 2 levels. Okay. Yardstick. Okay, so level 2 is not much more challenging than level 1. Jewish men and boys wear on their head. That would be a yarmulke. I don't... Okay. So yeah, that's the games. And then there's a library thing that lets you... I was looking up words a little while ago. I was looking up the word calculator, and yeah. So you can... yeah, so let's look up the word math. Oh, the M isn't working. Let's look up electronic. Oh, we are at a standstill. So we'll just have to settle with electrician, I guess. And then you gotta sit and wait for it to show the definition. The best way to describe this device is absolutely tedious to use. It's not fun. It's not intuitive. It's terrible. I don't like it at all. I was pretty excited to find it because it was something different, something unique. But honestly, it's just awful. I've found some reviews on Amazon for this device, and none of them were positive at all. Again, this thing feels very, very cheap. It's a waste of batteries. You can get far more interesting devices than this. And I mean, this came out in 2010 or 2011. I'm guessing actually 2010 because of the date that shows up on there. It's way worse than even PDAs or, I mean, even a Nintendo DS. I don't know how much these things cost when they were released, but I'm gonna guess anywhere between $30 and $50. I mean, that's purely a guess, but that is an absolute waste of money. You'd be better off just getting a cell phone at the time. They work a lot better and have more reliable functions, even the ones that didn't have the keypad. So yeah, that is the Scholastic Scholastic Electronic Organizer with dictionary and radio. I wish I could see what the other skin is. It looks like, yeah, I don't know what it would have been. The heart's kind of nice. It's gives it kind of its own little flair. It is kind of cool that you can personalize a little bit. I have no idea what this button does, and I'm assuming that these are probably for the radio. In fact, yeah, actually it says it right here in the manual. This is the radio scan, and that is the radio scan and radio reset. Huge missed opportunity to use this for the games, because that would have been so much easier than trying to use this horrible thing. But I guess they want you to be able to listen to the radio while playing a game. Actually, I do want to point out something kind of funny. It does say listening to your favorite music. I'm not sure how you're supposed to achieve that when you're listening to the radio, because you can't exactly determine when your favorite music is going to be playing. So, yeah, all around pretty awful. Not something I'm proud of to have in my collection. But, you know, I found it for $3. Wanted to give it a shot. And looks like this is kind of peeling up, but I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, so $3 for this. I wouldn't recommend anybody else get it, but this can go into the box of shame. Or box of lame. I forget what I'm actually going to call that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, so I'm just going to end it there. So, bye!